If you're about to shoot your first wedding, you're going to want to listen to this because it's going to help you a ton. This is my number one piece of advice. If you're doing a wedding, whether you're really experienced or whether you're brand spanking new to it, get there as early as possible. Now, some brides will have some objections when you're speaking to them. They'll say, oh, I don't want you to film me when I've got no makeup on and all that kind of jazz. However, I always suggest to them and show them footage from previous weddings that showing up early can be really great for the video, because obviously it shows all the emotion and all the build up to the day leading into the ceremony and everything else. That is kind of a given, and usually when they see that, they're usually okay with it. But there's other reasons why you should turn up early anyway. The first and most obvious one is the fact that you can go and scout out the venue. So if you've never been there before, it's always a good idea to get there early, so you can do what we call a recce. You can go and have a walk around, find the grounds, go and make some notes, so that you've got a plan in your head already, that when you get to doing the couple shots or the group shots, you know exactly where you're going to do them, so you can be organised later in the day and get people to go where you want them to go. Now, the other reason, and this is the most important reason why you want to show up early. Not everyone, and when I say not everyone, a lot of people are not very comfortable in front of camera. So the more time you get to spend with them in the morning, the more relaxed it feels. You've got a cup of coffee in your hand because you haven't got to rush. You're just getting little bits of footage here and there, or maybe some shots. You're getting these little bits of footage, you're having a little bit of a natter in between, and what you're doing here is you're building a rapport with them throughout the morning. You're getting to know them a little bit, and this is important for two reasons. If the first time you meet them, you're putting them into a pose, that's going to be pretty awkward. But if you're getting to know them a little bit and they feel like they like you, and you're having a little bit of laugh and you're getting on, it's a lot easier to get them to do stuff you want them to do later in the day. And also it puts them at ease, it makes them feel more comfortable with you. You've built that rapport, as I say, and it does genuinely make so much difference. The number of people that I speak to who kind of say to me, well, we're not very good at posing, we don't like too much posing going on. That's fine, but we do need to get some. So it's best that we get to know you a little bit, and what that does is it allows us to know what we can get away with the couple a little bit later in the day. Now, the great thing about getting to know their personality is later in the day when you're doing the couple shots, I find that a lot of the best photos are the shots in between the poses. So like they'll do a pose and then something will happen in between. Now usually what happens is they'll do a pose, I'll make a little bit of a joke, something I know I can get away with now because I've spent all day with them, and they'll then laugh and their heads will fall back, and then bam, I'll get them again, I'll get another shot, and that's the shot that usually ends up being the one. It usually ends up being better than the posy photo afterwards. And for people who don't feel particularly comfortable on camera, they often like those photos more. So getting to know people a little bit, even though you've only got a short period of time, is so important in order to be able to get the most out of them later in the wedding day. Let me know what you think about that as a tip, because I've done hundreds of weddings and I still turn up really, really early, and to this day. Not because I feel like I need to for experience, because obviously I've done this so many times now, it's ridiculous. But I do it more so because I know that the importance of getting to know them in that morning period is so important, and it just works. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe. We're going to have lots more tips coming to the channel, practical tips that will help you throughout your photography and videography journeys. So yeah, thank you very much, and I'll be back again with more very soon.